What's up? In this video, I'm going to be showcasing the Kenichi Bloodline in SHINDO KENICHI ROBLOX. This bloodline maxes out at level 900. But yeah, let's get into the video. First of all, alright, we're going to go over the 3 moves and then the 2 C-spec modes, which I'll show a little later on. But the first move is the Fist Style Dragon Strike. Alright, this move requires 4k chi, has a cooldown of 25 seconds. Basically, when you pop it, looks like this. Alright, you launch forward, and if you hit anything, obviously there'll be a little bit of an explosion. Alright, the second move is the Fist Style Crane Demon. Alright, it's 5k chi, 30-second cooldown. And this move looks like this. Alright, you go into the air, and then when you hit the ground, there's a big kind of explosion, a green explosion, dealing a little bit of an AoE damage, so it's really nice to use, in war mode especially. And moving on to the third move, you got Fist Style Ultimate Tempo, alright? So you can pop this move like so, and if you hit anything, again, you'll hit them into the air, and then kind of do almost like a lotus move, I forget what it's called, lotus move on them, so, you know, pretty effective move. And then finally, you have the modes, alright, so this is the first C-spec mode, as you can see right here. You know, you just kind of get this regular state. Then the second C-spec mode, regular state, just like so, and when you punch, you deal a little bit of damage, but you, as you can see here, you actually don't get any chi or ninjutsu bonuses, right? But let's move on to the moves a little more in depth against some AIs and training logs. Alright, so if we use this first move here, the Fist Style Dragon Strike, you pop it like so, you hit anything, as you can see, you get that little bit of 15k damage. The good thing about this move is that it doesn't require any chi whatsoever, so you can kind of pop it to start off a combo of sorts. You know, decent move. Again, not that much damage, but I guess it's good for starting combos or continuing combos. I guess with those no hand signs, a lot of these moves don't require hand signs, right? The no hand signs, it's really good, alright? It doesn't take much chi either, and only takes a little bit of stamina, so you can pop it like so. You smack them like so, and then you can actually, and then you combo them into the air, and then kind of spin kick them out of the air. Alright, so it's a decent move. You know, obviously not my favorite move of the bloodline. But moving on, we have our second move, the Fist Style Crane Demon, alright? So if we move a little bit further away for this move, alright, we pop it like so. As you can see, when you pop it, you hit the ground. That big AoE dealing 4 or 5 8k damages, alright? So around 40k damage. Pretty nice move. I enjoy using it in, dungeons, war mode, stuff like that. Just because, you know, in dungeons and war mode, you'll actually have those big AoE targets that you can hit with this kind of move. And this is an unlimited AoE, which in my words means that, you know, the more targets there are, it doesn't matter, right? It's going to hit all of them. As long as they're within the radius of the AoE, alright, we can pop it like so. Let it be known, though, that it does get a little glitchy the more targets there are. Pop it like so. Hit the ground. And as you can see, they weren't quite in that circle radius, so it won't deal damage. But usually, if they're within the circle radius, it will deal damage. But yeah, that's pretty much the second move, the Fist Style Crane Demon. Moving on, we have the Fist Style Ultimate Tempo, alright? So the Fist Style Ultimate Tempo, when you pop it, actually, you need to move back a little bit. When you pop it like so, you hit them, you smack them into the air, and then land on them, dealing 2 9Ks. This move is kind of weird, because sometimes it'll do damage and sometimes it won't, alright? If it's not a training log, it'll do more damage than if it is a training log. So if it is a training log, you'll just hit them into the air and then smack them down. Whereas if it's a person, you'll actually hit them, dealing damage while moving into the air, which is kind of nice. Very similar to the first move here. Like in the first move, sometimes you go into the air, sometimes you won't. Here the third mover is one more time, right? You pop it like so, fly into the air, and then kind of kick them upwards and then slam them down, dealing 2 9K, so 18k total-ish, alright? Now let's get on to these C-specs. So if I hold down C and pop the C-spec like so, as you can see, you drop your big weights, they fall down, do 2 explosions. When you run, you actually get that teleport mode, which is kind of nice, so you can phase through a lot of stuff, just like so. I'm actually in this tree right now. That's really cool. Obviously, these modes, or this mode in specifically, doesn't give any chi or ninjutsu bonuses. So as you can see, it says 0 chi and 0 ninjutsu, but then you do have the 3000 taijutsu and 3000 HP bonus, which to me isn't a great mode, right? If you're planning to use a lot of taijutsu moves, maybe it'll be a good mode, but obviously, like, you know, this game is very heavy on chi moves, and with no chi bonus, it really isn't great, alright? But if we move on to the attacks here, when you hit something, you'll actually hit them twice, I believe. So as you can see here, 1 hit is actually 2 hits, so just like so. And then obviously, your air combat is pretty much the same, I think. I think it is. Yeah, it's pretty similar. And then obviously your Q spec is just a kind of bandage grab. You'll grab them with a bandage and then pull them to you, I believe. And then your C spec, obviously, if you hit block and then C, is actually this big hit. And then you'll kind of combo around them. Very similar to the 8 gates Z spec, which is nice. You know, it shows that these two are very closely related. But yeah, that's pretty much the Kenichi Bloodline in Shindo Life Roblox. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, just make sure you leave a like and subscribe, because it helps the channel out a ton. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video. So have a nice day, and yeah, bye.